Hello everybody, welcome to Andy, or Glass Half Dead. I'm not quite sure anymore where I begin and the channel ends, or vice versa. So we got Exodites. You have either just read the article that I'm about to read to you and analyze, or you watched the actual live stream itself. I am going to talk about what I heard on the live stream. I have not read this article yet, so I'm watching it with you. There will be information in the article that I haven't seen yet, but likewise, if you didn't go and watch the actual thing itself, then the live stream, I will be able to tell you some things that you missed. Like, for example, they mentioned a few things, like their APL4. They don't often mention that sort of thing. They mentioned that there's ways to climb things for cheap and all this stuff. So let's read the article, and then if there's more, it can be added in later. Also, I'm going to put this out there right now. This is going to come presumably in September, which this is a little bit early to be announced, but we have had things announced earlier, and that means that we are not getting a big box release for the next edition. Instead, we've got Terra on Devlin, and now we have another box, which is one team. There are orcs in this box, but they were specifically said they're MPOs. So, is Kill Team fundamentally changing? And you might think, Andy, no. This is a box that's coming before the new edition launch. It's like, oh, okay, maybe, except they gave us the terrain for the next edition already, for the next season, Octarius. I posit that we aren't getting a big box of terrain, and instead we're going to be sharing terrain with 40k. Who knows? Okay, cool. Right, let's dive into reading the book, shall we, or the page. That can be, I'm going to ruminate upon that and talk about it later. So, Exodites. In case you don't know what they are, they're elves on dinosaurs. There you go. This is I think somebody's going to tell me about Rogue Trader. I don't care. This is the first time Exodites have definitely been in plastic. As far as I'm aware, they've existed at all. I'm not surprised that these have turned up. They have been coming for a long time. We've heard the rumors. I will say straight up, this is what they look like. The box can be built as either a kill team or a different unit for 40k. Obviously, I'm going to be building them as a kill team. They are put together as kind of an archetype of a warrior, a mage, and a sniper. You are still a 5-model team because you have 2 little Griblies running around with you, but presumably you don't care about those 3 little guys. So this is kind of the archetype that we had always talked about, how Custodes or like a Terminator could come into Kill Team. You got your 3 big guys, because they normally sell these big units like Custodes, Mega Knobs, etc. as a 3, and then 2 little dudes. And that's exactly what they're giving us with this team. So we get the Clan Blade, we get the Stone Singer, we get the Lay Stalker, and we get some Dracolith. Lyth? I don't know. When hunting, the Exodite Dragon Masters operate as a ritual triad, making them a very small and elite kill team. Here's a closer look at each one. So we see them. But before we continue with this, because we have a lot to look at here, a lot to read, and also we're going to talk about the MPOs. We're going to have a look at these. I mean, what's this? And everything else they said, because they haven't showed any of the orcs here, which is interesting. So we'll talk about that in a sec. We have to, before we get into all that, of course, give a subscriber-only benefit. And that subscriber-only benefit is a big double hello. Wow, so wholesome. Truly the wholesomeness knows no bounds in the world of Glass Half Dead. If you're in the UK, check out Element, Wayland, or Red October Games. Shout out to Red October Games for getting me my Armageddon box early. Thank you. That has taken up a lot of my time in having to hobby, which I hate. Northern Citadel in Canada, Wargame Portal in America. Click my affiliate link. I get a little bit of extra cash. Cost you nothing extra. However, if you want some money off, I have some new affiliate links. Obviously, you know GG Easy. You see these sticks here? I love a measuring stick. I literally don't play the game without measuring sticks. Check that out. Crossfire Games, of course. He does it all. Specifically, the thing that I'm covering. These are new from him. These, what are they called? The things where you move. Check those out. They're very useful. I would recommend. It's a shame base steppers. That's the word. He's actually done a really cool, interesting thing. I'll do a short about it soon, but these are the most functional base steppers I've seen. They're really good, and they fit in the back of his box here like this. Big fan. We then go over to U3D. This is a new one. This guy's from Poland. So if you're in the EU, much cheaper shipping. Obviously, if you're not there, you can still go and purchase it. I'm still playing around with his stuff, so I can't speak too much to it. But I will say, you see these things just here. These are the best, what are they called? Wound combination order trackers I've seen so far. Really effective and, if I'm honest, usable in 40k as well. Very cool. And then we have Broken Token, of course. I'm sure many of you know Broken Token. They do a little bit more interesting things. They do a whole selection of loads of stuff. But kind of their selling point is that they are not 3D printed. Everything else these days is 3D printed. They do everything in different ways. So if you want something a bit sturdy, some acrylic, that's the one to go for. Okay, let's go back to what we're all here for. So, the Clan Blade fighting atop ferocious Redmoor Drake steeds. Good. Clan Blades are close quarters warriors who wield powered swords and axes. Okay. They excel at assessing and understanding. I can't speak. Understanding the abilities of their prey, directing their fellow Exodites in battle before striking down the deadliest foes. So they haven't mentioned it. Right. So let's start straight away. This is an APL 14. Your three big guys are going to be APL 4. I held up 3. Okay. The heat's getting to me, guys. This is an APL 14. However, if I had to guess, I assume your Dracolites are going to be still APL 2. And really, we mean these guys are APL 4. Now, are they going to be APL 4 like the Patriarch is APL 4? Which means that you can split your activations. So yes, you're an APL, you're a 5 activation team, but actually you can double up. So you become a 8 activation team. If so, very nice. Because you'd still have to have the stats to go alongside that. So that would actually mean you probably have a really strong game into elites. Again, it was mentioned on the stream, and I don't know why they said this, like maybe they were alluding to more, but these are set up almost like a D&D party. So you've got your warrior, your mage, your sniper. Are they going to make something of that? I don't know. We get the Stone Singer. These powerful psychers are able to contact the souls within a spirit world. Riding Venom Crest Drake steeds into battle, they unleash their powers to rupture enemy armor, flesh and bone, or to heal their fellow Dragon Masters. So you're going to be able to attack or heal. Yeah, with a team like this, you'd have to have a heal. APL 4 means that you can spend one of those APL to heal one of your guys. This makes sense. Yeah, a 5-water team has to have a heal. Cool. Lay Stalker. Lay Stalkers are master snipers, capable of firing with reflexive accuracy and at speeds that would shock other marksmen. Together with their dark scale Drake steeds, they seek out the most advantageous positions for which to unleash devastating volleys of rifle fire. Volleys of rifle fire? Okay. Dracolites. Accompanying the Dragon Masters are smaller scale beasts called Dracolites. They chase down escaping targets, intercept outflanking enemies, and use their predatory skills to detect prey attempting to hide. Or, so that's the kill team. Or you can build this same box as Exodite Dragon Knights. The Dragon Masters kit can alternatively be assembled as Lance-armed Exodite Dragon Knights who have rules for warhammer 40k where see more of those. Okay, fine, nobody cares. Have a quick look at them. Nice, cool, sweet. Okay, then the miniatures will be available for the first time in the Kill Team Exodite boxed set, where they will be seeking to defend their world from a brutal orc invasion. If you haven't seen it, and they're not showing it in this article, which is really weird, this is being sold alongside orcs, beast snaggers, which makes perfect sense. So it looks like you get your beast snagger boys, and you get the squig riders, the squig hog riders. So cool, makes sense. Thematically. However, to be clear, those are NPOs. They said that on the stream, and I suppose therefore it makes sense they're not showing them off here as like this is a beast snagger kill team. It's like, nope, they specifically said they're NPOs, and it's like Terror on Devlin. In this Kill Team Exodite box, you are getting a narrative campaign to do with this team, and the orcs are the NPOs here. So The miniatures. The dossier is a real treasure trove of Exodite lore and includes a wealth of information about the culture, weapons, and beasts of these elusive Eldari. It also contains a guide to building and painting terrain to create your own maiden world. Oh, that's cool. Okay. There are also 20 new Joint Ops missions that form a branching campaign pitting the Dragon Masters against the Beast Snag MPOs. If I recall, Terra on Devlin had 9 missions, so this is over double. Big value for money. The new Kill Team box will be available for pre-order soon. We waited this long for Exodites. Surely we could wait a little longer. We'll have more on the Dragon Master kits. Yeah. In the meantime, head back to the hub. Okay, cool. So with that done, let's have a very quick look at this token sheet. So we have a 75 by 42 and a 90 by 52. Therefore, I'm just guessing that means that is the base sizes for the big guys and the little guys. That's not. Okay. Interesting. Is it possible that the Lance guys are on the big base? Why do we get... Oh, it's for the Squig Hogs. If you go and look at the base size for the Squig Hogs, these guys are clearly going to be on the other one. I think the Squig Hogs are quite large at 90s. These are probably 75s or vice versa. Cool, that makes sense. And then we get a bunch of stuff. Now, chances are a lot of this is going to be NPO narrative character related, but look at this. So we've got 45 degree, what's that going to be for? 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, what's that going to be for? What is this going to be for? So this here looks like it's going to be fitting your base of your Dracolith, if I had to guess, and it's going to give you a 3 inch move. And at a guess, you're going to hop your base. So you'll have your model, put down your template, hop your model to the other side. So you get your 3 inch dash plus your base size. Just guessing, you know. And then what are those arcs going to be? Are we going to have firing arcs for the bases? Are they going to be able to be attacked from the rear? This is confusing. This is interesting. Now, there you go. There you go. That's it. That's it. We don't want to dilly-dally here. I could make like 5 videos about this. The only thing I want to say, for me personally, I think the elves look really cool here. I generally like Eldari. I like Drukhari. I like Eldari. This is cool. However, and I'm just going to throw it out there, these dinosaurs, just initial look worse than the Seraphon dinosaurs. Like I think they're called Agrodons. These look worse. My hot take? What do you think? Do you think these match up? You think these are better? They are a different take on dinosaurs, I accept. A little bit more lizard-like, whereas I prefer the chunkier aesthetic of the Seraphon. Anyway, I'm going to be really excited for this team. Seems like it's going to be fun. If I had to guess, going to be totally OP, bonkers broken. What were the things that were said on the stream? So they're an APL 4 team. They have a way to climb. Sorry, they said leap. The word they used was leap. They're going to be able to leap so that people can't get away from them. They specifically said, and you know, these guys don't know kill team, so they're just chatting. But what they said was, these guys will be able to, so they'll be able to leap, and if the enemy has a sniper on a vantage point or up high, they won't be able to get away from them. Oh, so maybe because, right, you know, you're thinking about your Volker stronghold. These guys literally cannot fit up above, like on that little second story thing. So how do they reach them? You can't have a model literally be unable to ever get up there. So maybe they have a 3 inch rule and just, you know, you have a 3 inch engagement range, something like that. That would be interesting. 3 inch melee range. Seems possible. I suspect we're going to butt up against a few rules issues about such large bases, is all I'm saying. Not necessarily rules issues, but like balance issues like that. Like, hey, these guys can't fit under. I mean, clearly they won't be able to fit under a 3-inch vantage point, vantage terrain floor. So how do they work with that? And then, well, we know how they work, but I mean balance-wise. If there's a guy in the corner, you literally can't get him, sort of thing. How are they going to work with climbing in general? Like, yeah, interesting team. Thematically, like the team, I think that Kill Team and the devs there do a great job of making really thematic rules. So I have no doubt that if you're into Eldar, if you're into Exodites, this team is going to be great fun. Are they going to be balanced? No, I'm gonna call it right now. There is no way this will be a balanced team. Consistently, GW over-eggs the elite teams, apart from Tau. Oh god, I suspect this team's going to be messed up one way or the other. There you go. They're either going to absolutely suck, or they're going to be absolutely bonkers. Which do you think it will be? Absolute suck or absolute bonk? Let me know. And if you made it to the end of the video, I'd like to give you a big triple hello. Wow, so wholesome. Do consider checking my affiliate link. That'd be awesome of you. Obviously, Element, Wayland, Red October, Northern Citadel, Wargame Portal, GG Easy, Crossfire Games, U3D, which is under 3D Studio, or Broken Token Games. I have more things coming. I'm about to revamp my whole affiliate links. You don't care about that, but I am. There you go. What do you think? Let me know. I have more to say about this reveal. I'm going to go back to talk about what's up with the new launch box. Is this it? Is it not? Next week. Thank you. Bye.